Hello, this is DJ Ocean Spray. You're listening to WKNC 88.1 HD1 Raleigh, and this is another episode of the Stripdown. On today's episode, I have the artist behind Moonracer, a local band to the Triangle, and here for a few questions. So to start off with, what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Autumn, and I live in Durham, and originally from around Fayetteville, North Carolina.
And so when did your Moonracer project begin?
I've been playing under the name for a few years now. I think really, maybe back in, maybe I may have played my very first show under that name maybe back in 2016, I think, which, wow, what is time? Mysteries.
And so how long have you played instruments?
I started taking piano lessons when I was in 6th grade, and for a few years, not too long. And in high school really wanted to play guitar and tried, but came back to keyboard as the instrument that I know how to play, I guess.
Yeah. And so when did you start kind of making your own music, like besides the Project Moonracer?
So I started, I guess, making up stuff like back in high school and playing in different bands in college. So it's always been kind of like a fun thing and fun process to do.
And so were you like interested in music a lot as a child, or were you surrounded by it? Like kind of, I guess, what kind of sparked your like interest in music?
I guess I've always been into music. I think I got really interested in independent music and going beyond what was on the radio probably when I was in maybe 9th grade or so. I had been really into pop radio in middle school, but at the time when I was in like 9th grade, there was nothing I liked on the radio, so I started going elsewhere and I was checking out cassette tapes and CDs from the public library around Fayetteville. It was pre-internet times.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
And then really getting into, since I was playing piano, really getting into like Tori Amos, and that was kind of a gateway for me, I guess, to explore other things.
And so what is the story behind the name Moonracer?
Oh, great question. So are you familiar with like the holiday animation Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Is like stop motion.
Yes.
Rankin Bass. And there's the Island of Misfit Toys in that movie where all the misfit toys live their lives, and the king of the Island of Misfit Toys is King Moonracer, and it's a flying lion, and that's where Moonracer comes from.
Did you have a connection to that movie when you were a child or anything? Or I guess, like, why did you choose that reference?
I do really like that movie, and I really like the music in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I did watch it as a child for sure. And it also resonates with me so much as an adult, I think. Love it.
And so what prompted you to start making your own music?
Well, I think I started playing and releasing music as Moonracer as kind of a more quiet project. I had been playing in kind of a loud rock band for a while, who I love a lot, The Love Language, and that was
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I really love their music.
Oh, great. Awesome. That's fantastic. Yeah, I was playing in The Love Language for a long time, and at the time I started Moonracer was kind of like another opportunity to explore I guess my own songs and like a quieter sort of vibe. Yeah. So kind of like the dichotomy of like it was so fun to be in a loud rock band with my friends, and then also like a different, like kind of a balance of then also playing some quieter introspective music by myself or with a smaller group of people too. So
yeah. I guess
fun.
you kind of answered this a little bit, but have you, I guess, been a part of any music projects outside of Moonracer or The Love Language?
Wow, not recently. I have, I guess, like pre-pandemic times, I feel like I was more involved in, yeah, wow, I'm totally blanking. I've been involved in like some, in playing in other bands and with friends and in different capacities, but not recently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you don't mind me asking, I really like to find out what musicians' like day job is if they don't make music full time.
Yeah, I'm also fascinated by this too. So it's fun. I am an elementary school teacher, and I came straight here from work today, and I am wearing headphones that are child headphones from my classroom.
Do you teach what grade do you teach?
I teach K through 5 English as a second language, so I get to work with a little bit of everybody. Yeah.
And so moving into kind of you the creating music and like the process of that, you haven't released anything since 2019. Do you want to or plan to release something else soon?
Yes, I would love to. I have a lot of songs since then. It has been really challenging finding the time to work on things, especially I feel like I went through some life changes during the pandemic of I had been living in a house for a long time and then had to move and then have kind of been in a little bit liminal state ever since then, and just finding the physical space to record, since I typically record my own music, finding the physical space and then also the mental space with now feeling like I'm working so much. But it's definitely a goal to release, to share music again, and always hopeful that it's going to be sooner than later. But yeah.
That's so awesome. And so you record your music at home. Mm-hmm. How does that, I guess, and now, you're living in a different space, but how would that work? Did you have a specific space in your house, or did you do every step of it, or did you have any friends that kind of helped with some things?
I think with the Moonracer stuff that has been released, I did it myself, either in my bedroom or in a spare spot we had in the house, and recorded it on a 4-track cassette recorder with a little bit of overdubbing in the computer, I think, to add maybe a few more layers on some of the songs. But yeah, it was just myself doing it. and mixing it afterwards. And Nick Peterson is who mastered it and I think did a great job. But that was really, I think that was it. Yeah, it was a very like solo, introspective process.
How long did the process of like recording that whole album take?
It was actually pretty quick. I think I did the first 3 songs or so. Mostly just live takes with a room mic. And then the remaining songs on the album were a little slower, but I remember giving myself a deadline. I did it on like Christmas break. I was also teaching then, and I was like, okay, I did, I think, the first 3 songs over the summer or maybe over a long weekend. And then that following winter break, I was like, okay, I'm going to do 4 more. I've got 10 days. And I just did it. And I felt like at the time, I felt so focused at the time and like really like driven. Like, okay, I'm going to do it. Boom, boom, boom. And I did. And I'm like, how did I do that?
Yeah.
I don't know how I did that now.
And so with your songwriting process, do you kind of take like do you sit down and say, I want to write these songs, like I've had these ideas but I want to write them? Or is it kind of like more of a gradual, like it just kind of comes as it does?
I think it's gradual and it comes as it does. And it's usually like if I am feeling usually sad about something, I will just play around and work something out through that. And then if I am playing around and I'm like, oh, that sounds like interesting, then I'll be recording it like in a voice memo on my phone and then not listen to it again till like 6 months later and be like, what is this? And I go back and listen. I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. And then learn how to do it again by listening to it. So that's typically like how it's happened.
I guess you kind of answered this a little bit. So is the stuff when you're writing, is it based on like old ideas and like inspiration or kind of like current feelings?
It's usually, yeah, typically it's been like what I'm feeling in that moment, I think. Sometimes, I think that's right. I kind of want to lie and be like, no, these are all made up things. But that would not be true.
So most of your inspiration comes from just like your own experiences and what you're feeling. Okay. And do you prefer the like creating the music side or performing?
Ooh, that's a good question. I like both. I think I like both. Both have pluses and minuses. Yeah. They can both feel good and they both can feel nerve-wracking. So both.
And so do you generally create the instrumental parts of a song first or the lyrics?
Usually they are basically about the same at the same time. But maybe sometimes I will have like the instrumental part and be trying to think about lyrics that go with a particular melody or lyrics that don't suck.
We're going to take a quick break to listen to New Crush off of Moonracer's 2018 album, Is It Really a Secret? And after that, I will continue my chat with Autumn. And so when it comes to the music that you listen to, are there any particular genres or artists that you find you listen to frequently?
I kind of like I like a lot of different things. So, yeah.
That's
Um,
okay.
I think I like a little bit of everything. Yeah, I try to mix it up.
And do you ever find that you get musical inspiration from other musicians?
Oh, definitely, for sure. Recently played the show with Dear Nora the other week, and that was hugely exciting because they are definitely one of my favorites and a big inspiration for many years. So was so excited that they were coming and playing a show in North Carolina since it doesn't happen hardly ever. But yeah, Dear Nora had been a huge influence and inspiration.
And so how would you compare, I guess, the music you listened to when you were like a teenager or like younger versus now? Like, do you think there's a lot that has like stayed the same or like different changes and stuff?
And the music that I like to listen
Mhm.
to, wow, great question. I feel like there's definitely some influential and formative bands that from like my high school days that like I do still listen to and are still really that I stand behind. um yeah, I was listening in high school to a lot of like 1970s punk. Was really influential to me and my perspective. And yeah, perspective on music and art and culture. And today, yeah, I think I'm more open-minded about musical genres than I was probably as a teenager. Um, I was really like anti-pop music in my teens, and now I'm just like, no, it's fine. I like it. Sure.
Are there any like specific songs that you find that you kind of like always come back to when you're listening to music? Like, I don't know, if you like don't know what
Mm.
to listen to, you always know that like that one will just kind of like
Oh,
do it.
yeah. Wow, I was just talking about Dear Nora, so I'm going to throw it out again. The album Mountain Rock by Dear Nora, for sure. Um, Also, Advanced Bass, which is the music put out by Owen Ashworth, who used to have a project called Cassioton for the Painfully Alone. Those albums by both of those names are really important to me. The Replacements. Wow. Yeah. There's this Spanish pop star from I think like the 1970s called Jeanette, who I am always listening to. I like her a lot and all of like kind of that easy listening music from Spanish radio from
Yeah.
like the 70s and 80s. I like a lot. Yeah. So all kinds of stuff.
And so when I saw you performing at Neptune's a few weeks ago, you did a few country covers,
Oh yeah.
and I really enjoyed that. I feel like it was like in a very like not traditional form of
Mhm.
country music, and I really liked it. It was so cool.
Awesome. Thanks
Um
so much.
and I was just wondering, like, what's your process like? Like, how do you take, like the like traditional, version of the song
Mhm.
and turn it into like the style that you play it in?
Well, I feel like I'm pretty limited in what I can do. So the limitation um of like just me being like one person with a keyboard, and the keyboards I play are like Casio keyboards. Like I have like a finite amount of settings I have on them. Like it's not even like an aesthetic choice, I feel like. I mean, it becomes one, but like I'm very not computer savvy or technology savvy, or like I know a lot of performers use Ableton and laptops, and like I just don't know how to do those things. I'm like, I've got this keyboard, it has 40 sounds on it, and let's go. And now this is what this country song sounds like.
And so do you play covers often?
I do really like playing covers. I think, like you said, it's fun to reinterpret them with your own sound. And also it takes a lot of the self-consciousness away. Like when you write a song, you might like it, but you're like, I don't know if other people will like this, or is this even good? Like you get like in your head. And with a cover, you're like, no, I know this is good because this is a song I like. So yeah, it gives you kind of like a sense of confidence that maybe sometimes you don't have about your own music, because you're just a fan of the song, and it makes it easier to sing or to share or to reinterpret it. So yeah, I do really like covers a lot.
Yeah, definitely. And so are they usually like country songs, or do you like kind of just like mix it up with like all different types of genres?
Yeah, I've played kind of, I feel like I've done a lot of different genres. I remember I used to like play like a Ramon song, like in the olden days. I've played like there's a Magnetic Field song on the cassette that I've played. Yeah, and right now those two country songs just feel good to play. So, yeah, I like playing those right now.
And do you have a favorite venue that you've played at?
I like all of our Triangle venues so much. So we met at the Neptune show the other week, but also Kings and Raleigh. I've been lucky to play there, and the Pinhook in Durham, and yeah, we are really lucky to have so many awesome places here in the Triangle, and I feel like the sense of community here is a really special thing.
Yes. And so do you often go to other musicians' concerts?
Yes, I try to, for sure.
Are there any particularly like good ones that you've been to recently?
I feel like I have not been to many shows recently, but I know there are some coming up. Speaking of the love language, Stu has a new band called Fancy Gap, and they're playing their first Triangle shows coming up in May, I believe. So if there's any love language fans out there, I would recommend checking those out if you want to.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, what else? Yeah, I need to look at my concert calendar. That's the one that comes up right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I also really like to ask musicians about their album art.
Uh-huh.
So, what is your like? Where did your album art come from, and like, what is your, I guess, like thought process behind it?
Oh, nice. So both the cassette tape and also the single that came out in 2019 are images that I drew myself. The single, which is that country cover of the Patty Loveless song, You Can Feel Bad If It Makes You Feel Better, is someone getting a post-breakup haircut. And the image for Is It Really a Secret is a little desert scene with a cactus and a scorpion. And I love Arizona and the desert, and I lived there for a few months after college, and I guess thinking about desert solitude is how the Project Moonracer felt, like an exploration of loneliness. And yeah, so that's that.
And so within like the Moonracer project, do you ever plan on collaborating with other artists, or do you kind of plan to keep it as just, something that you create by yourself?
Great question. I definitely do love playing with other people. So yeah. I've been lucky to have a few different iterations of Moonracer where some friends have played drums. Tom Simpson, who's an amazing drummer who plays in Speedstick and also The Love Language, played a bunch of shows with me, and Will Hackney, and Duncan Webster, who plays in Hammer No More the Fingers. All awesome, fantastic friends who have kindly joined me at different shows over the years. So, yeah, I'm always thinking about trying to record with other people. I think logistically, sometimes it's more challenging to record or to have band practice with more than one person.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. Yeah, I'm definitely would love to have more people involved. So we'll see.
And do you have any shows coming up?
I don't have any shows on the books right now. I had been playing more often, and I haven't lately, but hopefully getting back into a space where that is more part of my normal existence again. I think it's crazy to think like we're now like 4 years after the pandemic, but it's just like I feel like it changed so much. I feel like it changed kind of the music scene, like in the music community that we're in, and it's changed touring so much, and just like rent, it's changed so much, and it's definitely been like a process to try to like figure out how music is still a big part of me, but I have not been playing as many shows as I used to. Long story short, TLDR. But hoping to get back to that sense of being normal again.
And where can the listeners find you on like Instagram, Bandcamp, Spotify?
Cool. Yes, so all my music is on Bandcamp and Spotify and all of those streaming things too. And my Instagram is not Moonracer, but it's SEPT like September, OCT like October, NOV like November, because my name is Autumn, and that's my Instagram handle.
Big shout out again to Autumn for coming into the station today and letting me ask her a few questions about Moonracer. I will be sending the listeners off with one more song, and it is Autumn's cover of You Can Feel Bad by Patty Loveless. This has been another episode of The Stripdown, and I'm DJ Ocean Spray, and you're listening to WKNC 88.1 FM HD1 Raleigh. Thank you so much for listening.